Hello, everybody. I am recording this at 3:15 a.m. because sleep is for the weak. And I wanted to do something for Christmas, even though I don't celebrate it. I know a lot of people do. So I wanted to kind of make a Christmassy video of some sort. I decided what better encapsulates Christmas than a guy who was arrested for incest in August. So this is Christine Weston Chandler, or Christian Weston Chandler, whatever. I don't really care what you call him. And his experiences with Christmas, or as Chris once called it, Seamus. It's one of his favorite holidays. He almost always celebrates it at home with his family and often mentions it in his comics and videos, which is kind of weird. And here's a quote: I want a girlfriend for Christmas, now and forevermore. I want a girlfriend for Christmas so I won't be lonely anymore. She should be 18 to 22, and she ought to be boyfriend free too. Makes a rhyme every time, guys. So Merry Seamus to all the trolls, jerks, homos. I'm not saying that, and jerk ops out there. And that is a very boy, that is a creepy looking image. Jesus Christ. And look at the members of Quickville celebrating Christmas. Every Christmas is an OC Christmas, guys. Christmas in the Chandler family. We celebrate like normal, a decorated tree, get together remembering Jesus, and all. Mailbag 2. Barbara's extended family holds, or at least used to hold, Christmas gatherings, probably in Red Oak or the Richmond area. The Chandlers used to attend these, but they stopped doing so at some point, possibly after the death of Aunt Karina in 2009. Cole Smithy used to attend these gatherings as well, but stopped around 2004. He now spends the holidays with his wife's family in California. As such, Chris normally spends Christmas with just Barbara and before his passing, Bob. As evidenced by videos like 100-2281 and Tour of Chris's house, the Chandlers keep a Christmas tree and decorations in the kitchen year-round because they're too lazy to take it down, which is true. And there's Bob and little Chris remembering Jesus. Man, they're thinking about that dream studio that they're never going to go into and do anything in. And people say Chris is the only crappy member of the family. Santa Claus. Christmas is coming up. So do you believe in Santa Claus? Of course, and he does. And this was May 2008 when he was in his 20s. It's been over a week since my suspension. I am depressed, lonely, sad, and bored. I have nowhere to go to attract a boyfriend-free woman. So I'll be writing to Santa Claus this year, hoping that he will bring me one. Chris acting like the 22-year-old grown-up man he is. Or since it's Christmas time, let's make like I'm Mr. Yo Mrs. Claus and have a good old because I took a bit old Viagra. I wonder if he won that in a Viagra on a pole match. Bam, ba, bam, bam, ho, ho, oh. Chris rapping as the man. Jesus Christ. I did not say I was taking Viagra. I was taking that in that role play. Santa would be taking that. The stockings were hung from the chimney with care. Chris's wishes were that he were as much of a man as Mr. Claus is. That reminds me of the Christmases in like Class of 3000 and the Fairly Odd Parents, where Santa had like this hot Mrs. Claus. Is like, how did he spring her? Like, that's so weird. But anyway, Santa Claus is not to be confused with the Tim Allen movie that uses the spelling, which is a legendary character that's associated with Christmas, whom many Western children believe in. According to surveys, most of these same children stop believing in Santa around the age of 4. Really? That is younger than I thought. Often when they find out that it's actually their father with a fake beard. However, Chris claims that he still believes in Santa Claus because despite pushing 40, he even puts Santa's name in his list of males Chris doesn't hate, which may imply that he A, believes in Santa Claus, B, believes Santa is as a manly male man capable of handling himself landing himself a girlfriend. See also the mailbag quote above. Also worth of note is that Chris chose to put Santa's name on the list before God and Jesus because, come on, those two jerks never bought him even the tiniest presents. Of course, all of this does not necessarily mean Chris actually does believe in Santa. Chris probably maintains this line because he wants to believe it and maintain the memories of happy Christmases of his childhood. For Chris, who still plays with the Legos, professing a belief in Santa is cute and shows that he is young at heart, one of his favorite traits. In a 2010 email exchange with a woman, Chris has stated he had learned Santa wasn't real around the age of 15 and 16, but finally gave up on him at 24 after he failed to bring him a girlfriend for the 3rd year in a row. However, in a September 2018 tweet, Chris indicated that he maintained a belief in Santa. Chris was 36 years old at the time he made this comment. Santa Claus has always been real. You just need to always keep an open mind with an open heart. Never close yourself off because anything is possible. Yeah. Oh, God. And a must for discerning troll, a Christmas tree covered in pickle ornaments. I wonder if somebody actually gave those to Chris. That'd be hilarious. Presents Chris gives, wishes for, and receives. My father likes Brach's maple nut goodies, and my mother likes chocolate, so some edible treats of that variety is a good suggestion. Christmas-related songs and merch. Chris also got the name of his future wife from singing a 1950s Christmas song over and 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 over, which actually says a lot about him. He also seems to have an affinity for the song Deck the Halls, as he raged like an idiot because the word gay should only be used in the context of happy, as in song. God. Other confessions. Being the totally sensitive and tolerant person he is, Chris in his Sonichu Christmas special, the text and comic versions, mentions the ways Quickville citizens of different faiths, that is Jewish folk, Buddhists, possibly black people, and a few humbuggers, celebrate their own wacky versions of Christmas, because that's how that works. In 2019, he referred to the holiday season as Christmas Hanukkah Kwanzaa. What? Hanukkah Chanukah. Sarah continues with a question, holding a cookie in a Ziploc bag. I invited Kevin too. Do you think he'll like this candle-shaped cookie I made for him? He told me he was Jewish, and I thought it would be appropriate, Rose, she replies. I think he'll love it. You have made it really special with that white frosting for the wax and the yellow for the flame. What kind of cookie is it again? Vanilla, replies Sarah. I feel it best to keep it neutral because this is how kids talk, in case he's allergic to the peanut butter or chocolate. Very smart, says Rochi with a smile, changing a high five with Sarah. And as you can see here, Chris sucks with dialogue because Sarah talks literally the same as everyone else in this stupid manner that a kid would not talk in. Hanukkah / Chanukah, whatever, is a holiday Quickville Jewish folks celebrate, while most other citizens celebrate Christmas. On December 12th, members of the Quickville Jewish diaspora set up menorah candles. The Hanukkah menorah's candelabrum has 7 candles in it, while the traditional menorah used on Hanukkah, called a Hanukkah, has 9 instead of Christmas trees, all dreidels lining underneath them. Since the candle-related symbolism is very much present in Hanukkah rituals, it's in good taste to give Quickville Jews anything candle-related as a gift. E.g., when Sonichu's daughter, Sarah Rosie, baked cookies for her friends, she decided to make her Jewish friend Kevin a candle-shaped one. This is another small example of Chris's naivety, as a cookie in any shape would have likely been appreciated. That Sarah couldn't choose a more obvious Hanukkah symbol, such as a menorah or a dreidel, over a generic candle, shows that Sarah has extremely poor knowledge of even the most basic of Jewish traditions, known as in the Gentile world. In fact, there actually is a tradition of eating fried foods on Hanukkah, and vanilla is one of the allowed ingredients used in making them. Not that Chris knows anything about this, mind you, he just wanted to make sure that a cookie was hypoallergenic. In IRC of the 22nd of December 2008, Chris listed Hanukkah and Chanukah as his 2 favorite holidays, properly belonging to different religions. In his shout out to fans in the hospital, he does nearly the same thing, saying Happy Hanukkah, Chanukah, and all the other holidays to everyone in religions. Jolly Buddha. Christmas trees are abound almost everywhere in the homes of the town, but stores and the offices, the biggest one in the center of Quickville Central Park. Some have menorah candles or even a Jolly Buddha. All the churches were full of believers, be they Christians, Jewish folk, Buddhists, and such. From what we know, Buddhism is one of the religions Chris tolerates, and so he sometimes mentions it as a display of his religious sensitivity. However, he probably doesn't know jack shit about Buddhism and assumes that since Buddhists are all good-hearted believers, they undoubtedly should celebrate Christmas in some way. So in Quickville, Buddhists celebrate their Buddhist Christmas by going into their Buddhist churches on starting December 12th and having a Jolly Buddha instead of a Christmas tree. By coincidence, Christmas is actually a popular holiday in some primarily Buddhist countries, such as Japan. However, it's rare for celebrators to give the time special religious significance specific to their religion. Similar to how Halloween is celebrated in America based solely on the customs, with practically no emphasis on the religious practices that started the holiday, so too do many Buddhists enjoy Christmas, just as they choose to put up lights, give each other gifts, and participate in the same customs other people enjoy. Kwanzaa. Little is known about Chris things about Kwanzaa and the related rituals, except that he wants to congratulate his trolls with this holiday, among others, misspelling the name in the process. Other faiths. Chris doesn't say or care probably what Muslims, Orthodox Christians, Hindus, Sheiks, Jains, Baha'is, or atheists do in Quickville on Christmas Day, probably they're the few hum bringers whom Chris derides for not celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever those wacky Buddhists celebrate. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because we don't celebrate Christmas or any of that. We have our own Eid holiday, so we don't need any of that. Notable Christmases in Chris's life. In 1989 or 1992, sometime during the Christmas season of 1992, other sources claim it happened in 1989. Chris got probably the most dumbfounding present of his whole life, and from God Bear himself, no less, while strolling with his father through the Regency Square Mall. Christopher, as he was called at the time, encountered a band playing some Christmas songs. Chris talked to the conductor, and being half deaf from the cacophonous music they played, the man operating the bear mistakenly renamed him Christian. From that point on, Chris insisted his new name was Christian, not Christopher, and a few months later got his name legally changed to Christian, which makes no sense. Christian and Christopher are basically the same thing. Why couldn't he just be called Christian instead of Christopher? I don't get why he needed to have a legal name change. That seems really dumb and a waste of money. 2003, a comment made by Chris in a video he shot on Christmas in 2004 indicates that he met Sarah Nicole Hammer on the Christmas day of last year, 2004. Well, at this time of year, all I could say right now is that I hope Santa will comply with my request and bring me a pretty girlfriend. And so, happy holidays from me, Christian Weston Chandler. By the way, you can call me Chris in public, and thank you. Emo Chris. I want a girlfriend for Christmas to share my love. Oh, I want a girlfriend for Christmas to kiss under the mistletoe. Again, guys, he makes a rhyme every time. This Christmas, Chris expected to get A, a girlfriend from Santa Claus, B, an apology from Mary Lee Walsh. Not surprisingly, he didn't get either and became depressed. He recorded a whiny video about Sarah Hammer and Wes Isley. Chris filmed himself making his father choose between a DVD or a VHS copy of Fraggle Rock, and giving his mother a snow globe with a picture of him in it and a Hamtaro toy, as he got them something. Earlier in December, he dedicated 2 different songs to the first of these 2 wishes. I want a girlfriend for Christmas, written on December 4th, and all I want for Christmas is a pretty girlfriend, recorded on Christmas 20. The same day as the latter, Chris also recorded another song, the famous So Need a Cute Girl, which was probably dedicated to the same thing. If Santa Claus really exists, this proves that he's a major jerk, or that he doesn't tie up girls and leave them under trees as gifts for man children. Barb's extended family held a Christmas party this year, which Chris and his parents attended. This was the last time any of them saw Cole Smithy in person. 2005. Although I really don't mean to be cold, but please don't try to advance kissing on me, please. The truth is, I don't want a boyfriend because I don't desire and idolize boys like other girls. I enjoy being independent. Do you see what I mean? It's certainly nothing personal towards you. I'm just a girl who doesn't care about loving guys. That doesn't mean I can't be friends with them, though. Megan, trying to be diplomatic with Chris, which didn't work. Chris was probably stressed as hell because just a few days before his gal pal and tempted sweetheart Megan Schroeder told him that she didn't like him trying to kiss her and that she didn't want to have a boyfriend at all. Just to add insult to injury, Santa Claus bought him a shitty pirate ripoff instead of a genuine Lego set this year. No boyfriend-free girls under the tree this year either. And those are probably some decorations he made. 2007. And on December 26th, Chris bought himself a sex doll named Kimmy, who would become a rival to his longtime artificial heart sweet Officer Nasty on AdamandEve.com, probably because Santa Claus didn't bring him one this year either. To complement the sex doll, Chris also bought a vintage XXX Triple X Cartoons DVD/CD and received Triple X Pleasure Seekers DVD/CD and Playboy Magazine Digital Edition DVD/CD for free. The fact that Chris specifically sought something as bizarre as vintage porn cartoons to fap his crooked duck to, and for some reason sits fine with all the other weird aspects of his twisted personality. However, being unsatisfied with fantasizing about naked women drawn in the 1960s, Chris went on AdamandEve.com again soon after New Year's Day and purchased some more XXX Triple X rated holiday gifts for himself. These include a 2008 Adam and Eve calendar, a romance roulette card game, which Chris probably plays as solitaire, and the strangest one of them all, a Carmen Boob mouse pad, which whatever that is. He also got some free gifts items as well, namely a Triple X Pleasure Seekers DVD/CD, which I think he already had. And most notably, the infamous anal love beads, which would become a popular theme for trolling Chris in the ensuing year. 2008, Chris got a couple of DVDs, B-movie on Blu-ray, assorted chocolates, and a calming family moment. In Chris's words, it was simple, nothing extravagant. Bob outdid himself with a gift to Barb, overshadowing Sonichu and over-the-top symbolism. He gave her an arranged box of ornaments with tags attached to each of them representing her blessings: 3 angels, me, Dad, and my half-bro Cole. One's of Ruckersville, Red Oak, our cats, and one of her. In 2009, Chris took the time to send warm wishes to a dear friend. He also received chocolates and video games from his family. Not much is known of how Chris spent Christmas of 2010. All we know is for sure is that this Christmas, he asked for all the websites he sees as defamatory against him, such as the CWCki and the ED page, to disappear. He bought a ton of games on January 2011, so he probably got some PSN vouchers. In 2011, due to Chris's decision to trespass at the game place and Barb's decision to assault an officer, Chris's Christmas in December of 2011 was spent amid courtroom appearances and the fear of potentially going to jail. It was also Chris's first Christmas sans Bob. 2012. It is not known what Chris did, but he uploaded Bob's Jazz Marathon a few days beforehand. I offer for all the complete sets of songs and intros from the 1990 WTJU Jazz Marathon that my father hosted and played music of jugs, kazoos, and washboards, blues, and boogie woogie, plus 3 more hours of good jazz that was recorded with it on the original 6-hour VHS. Merry Christmas. On the 21st, he watched 2012 and thanked God and Jesus that the world didn't end, which must have brightened up this Christmas. A few days after Chris seemed miserable, saying, "I'm back to the same old feelings, lonely, depressed, etc. Makes me almost wish that the world had ended, so I wouldn't have to continue feeling the pain. I desperately required my true future sweetheart to be again and again and again. Apparently, again, Santa didn't bring him a pretty girlfriend." In 2013, he got nothing but a few PS3 games, no life upgrade, and still no sweetheart from the ground up. 2014, Chris requested much-needed Lego sets and even suggested prank gifts for trolls to send him. The day after Christmas, he went to a local GameStop to give an employee a special present. Oh, right. 2015, in the build-up, Chris suggested several gifts and saying 12 new and old things at Christmas. 2016, Chris hoped that Bob would enjoy Christmas in his new life. He also uploaded an enormous wish list of toys and Transformers junk for fans to buy for him. He uploaded a video of Sorbet playing with a robot on Christmas Day, which was adorable. I will admit, I love cats. I just wish that poor thing didn't have to stay with Chris. 2017, Chris tweeted, "Just a simple Merry Christmas to every good person. May your wishes be answered fully." According to page 33 of Sonichu, issue 13, Chris kept up busy on Christmas Day by reading the novel The Man in the High Castle to appease the hyperdimension Netunia character Blanc. Clearly one of the idea guys role-playing as the CPU. Furthermore, Chris goes on to note that his communication with the CPU, Vert, was interrupted by Wolfenstein antagonist Wilhelm Streiss. 2018, on CMS of 2018, the Teen Troon Squad was revealed to be behind the Dimensional Verge, and they announced a delay until 2038 in our dimension. Chris still believes in it and announces that he was opening presents with Magichan, Crizzle, Sylvana, Mewtwo, Patty, and our Raichu. Fate is very lovely. That sounds really gross. The dimensional merge is still in progress within its final steps before the apex. The psychic and soulful links and events I have been having are becoming more frequent, so I do know. And all the other deities have been working very hard together with me as part of the group to make this happen. 2019, Chris posted on Twitter that a sinus infection was gone, and he posted a new drawing of his electric hedgehog Pokemon. 2020, on December 10th, Chris, possessed by Sonichu, stated that he didn't want presents, just money via PayPal, adding, "Yes, I know what you haters are going to say. Oh, Christine's asking for money again. Don't give her any money. She'll just spend it on Legos and video games, blah, blah, blah." No, we could use some money to keep the bank accounts better afloat this time around, okay? He also described an audio recording of a conversation between him and Magichan as an impromptu Christmas gift for all of you. On Sonichu Day, of Christmas Day itself, he wished everyone a Merry Christmas in multiple languages and claims that an 8th Sonichu ball has manifested itself in his house. 2021, Chris, for the first time, will celebrate Christmas away from home. Yeah, he's going to spend it in jail. He's probably going to be the his prison mate's bitch in there. May I shine on every part of your Christmas celebration. Oh my God, he actually crossed off. Jeez, oh my God. God bless you throughout the season and in the new year. God, I don't, I'm just starting to think maybe this was so he can try and plead insanity for what he did. But with Chris, you can never be too sure. So that was Chris's Christmases. So just remember, if you feel like you're having a crappy Christmas, just be thankful that you're not Kristen Weston Chandler being in jail for having sex with your mother multiple times, apparently. So with that being said, be sure to like, comment, share the video, watch my other ones, and subscribe to the channel. And I will be seeing you all next time. So I will see you around, hopefully.